speaker for tonight is a businessman for 12 years. He also has been investing and trading in the stock market for 14 years. He has extensive business development competence in the industries of health, wellness, manufacturing, information technology, and real estate. He is also a registered financial planner and chartered trust estate planner. He enjoys adventures with his wife, such as bungee jumping in Macau and whitewater rafting in Thailand and Malaysia. And most of all, he is a loving husband, a pranic healer, and Arhatic yoga practitioner. Please let's welcome Macky Masilang.
I'm still very new into this pranic healing school, and for the past 2 years, I've been sharing my stories on the different experiences here in pranic healing. You Can Be a Catalyst for Change is a story about healing. Break barriers and build your business are stories about business and financial prosperity. Why you should persevere when trials are severe is a story about spirituality. Getting ready for your turn is actually part of the series. Well, early this year, Master Faith Sawe, one of the 8 master pranic healers in the world, nurtured and advised her family to share a series of interconnected stories. So Getting Ready for Your Turn is my story about service. Accepting Your Gift Box is my wife's story about meditation. My sister's story is about questioning the answers. Stories about overcoming her challenges. My mother's story, Learning to Unlearn, is about continuous growth, continuous evolution. And the story of my father, Alone Together, is his story for more than 40 years of experience in business and spirituality. And then, months later, Master Faith then again advised us to create another series. So weeks ago, my mother shared this story, Let Go, Grow, Glow. My wife, Like, Love, and Laughter. My father, my Pranic XP, Learn, Follow, Share. My father is very millennial. My sister, Don't Worry, Be Happy. And for tonight, I'll be sharing with you my silent story. So again, good evening everyone. My name is Macky Masilang. And for tonight, I'll be sharing with you, receive lasting gifts by giving yourself first. But first things first. According to Grandmaster H.O.M.E, accept something only when you have validated it yourself, which means do not believe if you have no reason to believe, but also do not disbelieve if you have no reason to disbelieve. Because I am not here to teach anything, I am not here to preach. I'm just here to tell you 4 short, simple stories about receive lasting gifts by giving yourself first. Is that okay with you? Yes. The first story is about Ami's 40s. Ami is a wife and mother, and during her 40s, she was raising teenagers. And one particular teenage child is giving her a very hard time. The teenager is doing well in school, but he loves going out almost every other night, drinking, getting wasted, not taking care of himself. And as a mother, she often lovingly scolds her teenage child. But there was a point that there was an intense argument between them, and out of the frustration of the teenager, he shouted at her mother, and he slammed the door to her face. Boom. Then he left, walked away. And Ami was very hurt because of that. That is the story of Ami. The second story is about the story of Bea's forever. Bea believes in forever. She was a very, very beautiful young lady, very smart, very loving. And she has always dreamed of having a beautiful, loving, and committed married life. So when she got engaged and eventually got married, she was so happy. Finally, married forever. But during one night, along C5 highway, a rainy night, probably like this, there was a lot of honking vehicles. She was in the car with her husband. It was raining, a lot of stresses, and Bea was telling her negative things that happened throughout her day to her husband. And then suddenly her husband just shouted, "Could you please shut up?" The husband said. He was so frustrated. He started ranting about the negativity. Stop that negativity. And Bea was so shocked. Is this the life of forever you want to have with this man? That is the story of Bea. The next story is about Carl's fortune. Now, Carl is a successful businessman. He has built his fortune through many years of hard work and working smart. And later on, he founded a new business with a business partner. And that business prospered. But later on, the prosperity dwindled. And after a financial crisis, they were hit. They were greatly, severely affected. And there was a meeting between Carl and his business partners. And during that intense meeting, his business partner, out of frustration, just slammed the table. And you know what? He tried to punch Carl, his business partner. But Carl he dodged the punch, and the punch hit the doorway. And Carl was thinking, maybe I'm so unfortunate to have such a very angry business partner. That is the story of Carl. And the fourth and last story is about Daisy's fortitude. Now, Daisy is a happy young woman, happy-go-lucky young woman. And she loves the company of great people. So during one of their vacations, just with her companions, they had a great time somewhere in the north of the Philippines. But then, the next morning, Daisy noticed that one of her companions is very irate. Very early in the morning, complaining, being negative about things. Very trivial things. Daisy was trying to be strong. Inner fortitude. I'm gonna let this go. But then this companion started ruining their day. And Daisy just confronted, "Could you please stop being negative?" And that companion exploded in anger. And Daisy experienced one of the most intense verbal and physical confrontations of her life. It ruined Daisy's vacation. That is the story of Daisy. Oh, by the way, this is my family. The story of Carl is the story of my father, Mark. The story of Annie is the story of my mother, Angel. The story of Daisy is the story of my sister, Mona. And the story of Bea is the story of my wife, Nika. And that man is in all of their stories. He was the villain. I was the one who had an intense argument with my father, a business argument, the arrogance, the immaturity in me. I was the one who slammed the door in the face of my mother. I was the one who ruined the vacation of my very loving sister. And I was the one who was scolding my wife at that very heavy traffic. I was the villain. Now that happened many years ago already. And honestly, it feels like lifetimes ago. But I am very lucky. You want to know why I was very lucky? Yes. Because I was able to ask forgiveness from them. And more importantly, they forgave me. Now I do understand a lot of people do not get the chance to ask forgiveness from the people that they hurt. Because these four people are the most important people in my life. The four people that I love the most. But this is also the four people that I hurt the most. So after that, I have a resolution to do more service, to do more giving. So I started volunteering in different organizations, even in my businesses, I try to incorporate service. You know what? As I was giving myself more, I received gifts and blessings. I received great health, great relationships, great finances. But later on, I got very, very frustrated. Do you know why I got very frustrated? Yes? Because those gifts didn't last. And honestly, I felt that the more that I was giving, the more that I was suffering. How come? I thought that what you give, you receive. What you sow, you reap. But why is this happening to me? My blessings and gifts do not last. I still get sick even more. My businesses suffer. My relationships have more arguments. Why is this happening to me? I've even asked forgiveness from God, and I do felt His forgiveness. And sometimes in my own weakness, I ask, why God? Why is this still happening to me? I'm doing my best to be a good person. Why am I still not receiving gifts? Now, when I entered the Pranic Healing School, I had a very weird sickness. But that's for a different story. That's the story of the You Can Get Catalyst for Change, by the way. Plug in, plug in. In Pranic Healing, I learned that I could be healed and prospered in the four different aspects of my life. Health, relationships, finances, spirituality, all at the same time. But during the classes, something struck me. It was the series of forgiveness rituals. I've already asked forgiveness from the people who hurt me. I already forgave them. I asked forgiveness from God. But the reason why I was suffering, because I didn't know how to forgive myself. Nobody was blaming me. My family never mentioned again the bad things that I did. Nobody was reminding me of the bad things that I did, except one person. Me. I was holding on to that. I was punishing myself. And in Pranic Healing, I learned how to forgive myself. According to Grandmaster H.O.M.E, Macky, be realistic. Everybody make mistakes. Forgive and forget and continue living. By giving a person love, you make them grow. I love this sutra from experiencing being sutra. I love this teaching. I always hold on to this, and I always tell that if somebody hurt me, I'm going to remember this. But you know why I really love this? I didn't know it back then, but because this is actually a reflection. Be realistic. You make mistakes. Forgive and forget and continue living. By giving yourself love, you make yourself grow. There are a lot of people that I met that they say they've been functioning depression. 10 years of depression and anxiety. Now I know why. Because they have trouble forgiving themselves, like I did. And once I was able to truly forgive myself, through the teachings of an Arhatic yoga course, I learned there a certain technique where I really, continuously, regularly, daily practice self-forgiveness in a very grounded way. And as I have been able to learn this, I realized that all these lasting gifts were actually in front of me the whole time. Because a gift may never last, but the constant flow of overflowing gifts lasts forever. A specific blessing may be temporary, but the river of blessings is always there. Should I choose to forgive myself and to receive it. There's one more thing. According also to Grandmaster Chola Solis, Sutra in Experience and Being, family life is one of the fastest ways to spiritual development. Inevitably, there's this relationship friction. You develop self-sacrifice, self-control, patience, flexibility, and tolerance. I am very blessed to have a family who's been very patient with me. And yes, maybe God is using me for their spiritual development, and vice versa. My sister's story, don't worry, be happy. She showed us her strength, her discipline, and her commitment. She showed us her will. In the Pranic psychotherapy course, we are taught to don't panic, do Pranic. In my father's story, my Pranic XP, learn, follow, share. She showed us his humility, his wisdom. She showed us how to know. In Pranic Healing, we are also taught to learn, follow, and apply the Pranic Healing spiritual technology. In my wife's story, Like, Love, and Laughter, she showed us her stillness. She's reflective nature. And she also showed us that sometimes you have to keep silent. In the Pranic Healing course, Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, we've learned that we have the aspects of divine light, divine love, and divine power. My mother's story about let go, grow, below, she showed us she's crazy, amazing courage, true love to her dying mother. She showed us how to dare. And in Pranic Healing, we are encouraged, let's go, let's grow, let's glow. Together with the Pranic Healing family and the Pranic Healing community. In Pranic Healing, the four aspects of my life were immensely blessed. I was healed, physical healing and inner healing, fulfilling and loving relationships, overflowing abundance and prosperity in my businesses, and most especially my personal connection to God and spirituality. But the most important lesson that I learned is to receive lasting gifts by forgiving yourself.